Welcome to Her Story Beyond the Sale, the podcast that celebrates the incredible journeys of women in network marketing. I'm your host, Lori Hart, and I'm here to share the empowering stories of women who have risen in this dynamic field. Whether you're taking your first step or scaling new heights, this is your space to learn, grow, and be inspired. Join us as we explore the paths to financial freedom, the joy of working from the comfort of your home, and the power of breaking through barriers. Together, we'll discover how network marketing is more than just a profession. It's a journey to transforming lives. Hey friends, welcome to Her Story Beyond the Sale. Lori Hart here, and I'm so excited to bring you this beautiful guest of mine today. She has such a heart for serving and helping, and I noticed she's also a dog mama and a stepmama, and she's a busy lady. So she's taken her time today to come and share her story, her journey in network marketing with us. So I want to introduce and welcome with open arms and thank Miss Maranda Higginbotham for coming here today to share her journey into network marketing. So Maranda, welcome, girlfriend.
Thank you, Lori. I'm so excited to be here. I love what you're doing. I love empowering women, helping lift others up. And this is super exciting to have this conversation today.
Awesome. So I actually met Maranda about 3 years ago. We were at a mutual friends networking event, and it was back I'm 51 this year, and Miranda's around the same age group. But it was back when social media. I went there to learn specifically how to work a business online. And I love that now because I've been in network marketing for many years, and we didn't always have this luxury. So I got to meet Maranda there. I met her husband and just some friends that she was with, and they were all just amazing and doing amazing things. And remember, we always want to surround ourselves with people that are doing more than us. So, Miranda, just give us a little bit of a background on you, like where you live. You're a mom. And my first question more after is that how did you get involved in network marketing? Was it the business end of things or a product that brought you in?
Well, I love it. Well, for me, first of all, I am most importantly a wife and a mother and a dog mama and love my family. I'm an Arkansas native. My husband was living in California when we met. And it's like, oh, goodness, what are we going to do? How are we going to work this out? So truly, we travel back and forth. We have kids in 3 states. We love our life. We are big into lake life. We live here on Greers Ferry Lake in Arkansas. And, truly 10 years ago, this business model was presented to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't presented as a business. And I'm so glad it wasn't, because if it would have been, I probably would have passed. I didn't understand network marketing. I didn't know much about it. I had preconceived notions, like education and understanding are so important to what we do. And so a friend shared a product with me and I fell in love with it. And what do? We naturally share things we love. And I just started sharing it. And then all of a sudden I was like, okay, maybe I need to know more about this. What is this business model? So from there, I went to the first company event, check it out, see what all the buzz was about. Mm-hmm. And honestly, Lori, when I walked in that meeting and I was surrounded by all this positivity and people talking about personal development and how can I help you? And I want you to win. Then they'd all head out during break and go have a mimosa together. Mm-hmm. And everybody was smiling. I'm like, where was this on career day? Like, why have I not known about this? And just truly over the past 10 years, I didn't know what I was doing at first. Over the past 10 years, I've learned truly what this business model is and who it can help, which is everyone, mm-hmm. and how to present it in a way that can really bless people's lives and not turn them off. People do have preconceived notions, but we have the best products in the world inside of our space. And we also have a way, the most beautiful thing in the world, where we can go serve others and help them win. And then in turn, we and our families get blessed right back. I mean, who wouldn't want that?
I know. You just said so many things. So I always have these notes for these interviews, and then I go, I don't need notes for these interviews. You just said so many amazing things. Like, first of all, preconceived notions. Absolutely, that happens all the time. And I love the way that you said that you're so glad it wasn't, because when it's presented as a business and you don't understand, you're like, oh, those one of those things, you're doing one of those little things. So I really love that it was presented to you more for just a product standpoint, and then you just started sharing, like that's naturally what we do, right? Also, what did you do before network marketing? Because I want to see if
Yeah, sure.
have
Yeah.
anything happen.
Oh, I actually was in real estate and
Okay.
investing. I was a stay-at-home mom. I became a divorced mother, and my son was growing up. I'd been a stay-at-home mom. I had, volunteered in the community. I'd done a lot of real estate investing. And, I was like, okay, well, what am I going to do with the rest of my life?
Mhm.
And I'm so happy I found this because I was actually, I love to cook. I
Yeah.
was thinking, well, perhaps I should start, like, I should become the next Ina Garden. I could do a little barefoot Contessa store. So I was thinking about what am I going to do? And, I'm so thankful that someone cared enough to
Right.
share a product with me that in turn did change my life. So now
Yeah.
I feel it's such a blessing and a responsibility to pay
Yeah.
that forward because
Yeah.
my life has been blessed in tremendous ways from the opportunity as well as the products.
Yeah, I love that. And yeah, that's so important what you're saying right now. Had you had any fear when you got started? Did you think people were going to look down on you? Perhaps they had preconceived notions of what you were doing. Did that ever stick with you? Like, oh no, I'm nervous? Or how did you get beyond that challenge, if so?
Yes. Well, actually, I didn't at first because
Mhm.
I had never been inside of this profession a decade ago. And I was
Yeah.
like, of course, everybody's going to want to join me. I had
Mhm.
no fear. But then
Yep.
because, I was new in the profession and I really didn't understand the business model, down to a science,
Mhm.
and I didn't understand the true essence of it. I messed up a lot, right? And I got told no a lot, which we all do. And then slowly, I did step back a little bit and thought,
Mhm.
well, maybe this isn't for me.
Yeah.
But then I started doing a lot of personal development, and I started developing my why, about why I was doing this. And not just in, for anyone listening, this is not just an important thing inside of the network marketing direct sales industry. Truly, whatever you do in life, you need to discover why you're doing it, because there will be a lot of hard days. And if you don't know why you're doing something, you're going to get sidetracked on those days that negativity comes in, that you get told no, that you don't feel good, don't want to get out of bed. It's amazing to me how many people will get up and go to work and
Mhm.
never miss a day of work and wait for that, $1,000 raise for the year if they're lucky, if they even get a raise.
Mhm.
But they won't get up and work for themselves when they join a network marketing business. They won't treat themselves like their own CEO and like a professional. And it's their dreams and their goals. So once I started personal developing and reading more about our profession, getting more mindset work done inside, then I got way past that fear just like
Yeah.
that.
I'm so glad you said that, because somebody like you, all it could take, or a new person coming in, all it could take is a few no's to really crush them and crush their journey and their life. Like, and they just leave. But I'm so glad that you took that time to work on yourself. And honestly, we talk about that a lot in network marketing. It gives us that opportunity to work on ourselves to help other people, right, and shine. And you had talked about being in real estate before. So real estate is sales, of course. I've been talking to a lot of realtors lately, though, that are really worried about what's happening with the economy. They're not making money like they used to. And so, you would think that you could go to these realtors and say, look what I found, come along. But honestly, again, they still don't really understand what the network marketing profession is. Did you find that? Did you find that realtors were easy to come in, or were they like, no, not for me? I want to sell the big, big house.
Yeah, well, what I found was that most people don't present the business and the products in a way
Mhm.
that's serving others. You know, when you go to someone with the intentions of not to blab on them,
Yeah.
not to just go try to sell them something, but go to bless their life and go to serve them and to go ask questions and
Yes.
find out where their pain points and their needs are. Not everyone will join your business.
Mhm.
More and more people, especially in 2024, are looking for opportunity and where to find that income gap.
Yeah.
So, if you do present it in a way that is, truly from your heart, there to serve others and to help others. People are looking for what we have.
Mhm.
And I wish I could go back 10 years ago and apologize to each and every person that, I spoke with, that I may have turned off,
Yeah.
because honestly, I didn't understand the way that, the way to serve others and what the essence of this business was. And there were people who needed that income, who
Yeah.
probably would have done some amazing things over this past decade, and they never will, but because of the way, that I didn't understand it myself. So, one big goal for me is to empower women. Of course, I want to empower men too.
Mhm.
I have a passion to help women. I just turned 56. I really have a passion to help women find a way where, as they're looking towards retirement, and
Mhm.
as they're getting to my age and their children are grown and they're like, what am I going to do with my life? How am I going to be able to retire? I don't have any savings. I really want to empower those women and show them we do have a way. We
Yeah.
do have a way that you can do that. You can start over. You
Yeah.
can do anything you want in this life. You
Yeah.
just have to have the belief, and you have to have the vehicle to do it.
Yeah. So that is also true. And I'm going to give you some grace right now. I want you to pat yourself on the back. What you did was you showed up with excitement. You may have had your hair on fire and been all crazy, but that was excitement. You didn't turn anybody off. They're looking again. They're still looking. Go back and
Oh, yeah.
apologize. Tell
Oh,
them,
yeah. If
hey,
I
girl,
can remember them all. Yeah. All the time. Keep those names list, people.
yeah, right. I always say, in the beginning, we come at this, it's from such a place of excitement, but we really have to listen with our ears. And that's why we have to, and kind of keep our mouth shut. I always tell my team, listen for clues. We're solving problems. You're a detective. Not this isn't for everybody, right? And what we have isn't for everybody. So I love that you brought that up. That's a great point. Always be aligned with what you're doing so that you can have conversations around it. So right now, one of my favorite personal development speakers is Jamie Kern Lima. I
Yeah,
don't know if you've heard of her, but her
absolutely.
story is amazing. And I just got her book, Believe It, and I'm ready for her new one called Worthy. It's coming out in March. So I'm super excited. I got to see her speak at a conference for my company recently. So I'd love to hear who inspires you lately. What are you reading? What are you working on to have that shield of armor when you're hearing that word no?
Yes. Well, right now I am rereading a book called Activate. Activate Your Divine Hidden Power.
Ooh,
It's by Nabil Esafani, and it is an incredible book. I've read it several times. I've highlighted it, but when you're doing reading, one thing I have found is just don't read it one time,
mhm.
right? You have to really dig in and really absorb it, and things hit differently after reading it a
Oh yeah.
second time and a third time. But I just all of the classics on personal development, How to
Mhm.
Win Friends, Influence People, Think and Go
Yep.
Rich.
Yep.
Those are the ones I'll always recommend first. I've also just reread in a book called Awareness. Can't remember the author, and it was a great book. Awareness is my word for 2024.
Oh, good.
If for those of you out there listening to this, come up with a word for yourself each year and build on it each year. It's
Yeah.
so important, to really, what to attract what
Yeah.
you want into your life by staying focused on like your primary goals and the words that you want to attract, manifest what you want in
Mhm.
your life.
Yep.
And I want to manifest a lot more awareness this year,
Yeah.
and I feel that that's it. Last year it was love, and then another year's been bold. I love coming up with the word of the year.
Yeah. I love that too. I like the word worthy for me this year. Um,
Nice.
Yeah, and it's funny because I got to hear her speak, and that was the name of the book. And I said, I've got to get that book. But don't laugh. I'll give you a little secret. What I love to do is I have these earbuds here, and you can't see them if you're on this podcast, but I have to plug in and I listen and I read at the same time. So I have the physical book, and I also have it being read to me at the same time so that I can listen again and really pick up those nuggets that I would have forgot, right? So tell me some of those things that you've done with this career of network marketing. First, before we get into that, because I do want to hear your goals, which sound great, and just some of the things that have been amazing and have blessed your life. But time balance. When you got started in this 10 years ago, you had things still happening in your life. You were still working. You were divorced, right? Or okay, so how did you balance kids and family and work and learning how to become so great at this profession?
When you're first getting started in this profession, truly anyone, if it's not made simple and if it's not a quick system for you to share, then it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So I probably in the beginning didn't spend more than an hour a day building my business. Now I did spend a lot of time wasting time on my business, but really you only need an hour a day to really get started,
Yeah.
right? You're contacting people, you're reaching out to people, you're connecting, you're sharing your opportunity, you're sharing your products, you're following up. And really that's all you should be doing. Your professional conversation starters, your information tour guides,
Yes.
sharing your tools.
Yes.
I see what a lot of people do is they get into management mode way too early and start thinking they need a full day to build their business when they're still having a full-time job elsewhere. And the number one reason people join our industry is for time freedom.
Yeah.
And then the number one thing they do is lose their time freedom because they do their work and then they spend all their evening on and weekends on their business. And so for me, one thing I did from the beginning was really try to be intentional
Yeah.
on staying on income producing activities. And then of course, as you grow an organization, then you will be spending more time on personal development. You will be spending more time, with your team and trainings. But in the beginning, really for anyone looking at this that wants to start, just use your time intentionally.
Yeah.
Block out an hour a day. Reach out to your network and share the things you love. You share things naturally every day and you don't get rewarded for it. So when you come inside this profession, if you just naturally share something you found you love, you can get paid for doing it, which is
Right.
a pretty cool thing. So time blocking is important, but you don't have to overthink it or spend 8 hours a day starting out. No one will be attracted to that. No one will want to join you if you have to do that. The world's
Right.
a busy place.
Yeah. And you said this word intentional, and that is consistency and just being intentional is really all you need. And I love that because I find that sometimes you get into it and you're like organizing your desk and you're getting stuck in the Facebook scroll and you're doing all the things besides eating the frog, which is doing the hard things first, right? I
Great
like to
book.
Yeah, I love that book too. I like to get the hard things out of the way first. So I just recently had some friends, well, my team, give me their goals. And I asked four things. Well, what are you going to do this month? And the one that they didn't circle is the one I said, that's the one you're going to do first. That's the one. That's the one for you. That's coming out of your comfort zone. That's learning. That's growing, right? And so for me, and I know for you too, Miranda, I mean, we're in our 50s here. And I don't want to spend all of my time behind the desk or, I spend most of it having great conversations with people outside the home, which is really the way I like to build my business. Besides. So, anyways, long story short on that end, I want to hear from you. What are some of the gifts and blessings that network marketing, or maybe favorite memory that you have, something that's really awesome that you can remember? I'm sure there are many, and I know this question's often hard for people. They're like, oh no, there's so many, but something that you really can, that really resonates with you that's come out of this journey.
Well, the relationships. That's such an easy one to answer.
Yeah.
A small town girl growing up in Arkansas, I never, maybe we had a pen pal in third grade across, over in China or something, that we wrote a letter back and forth. I think I might have remembered one in England, but I never would have expected to meet people from
Mm,
all over the world and develop relationships from all different cultures.
yeah,
I never before finding network marketing, I didn't have Amish friends. I didn't have friends in Singapore. I
yeah,
didn't. The world was really small to me, and the relationships. This attracts amazing, positive people, right? The people that
yeah,
stay, because
yeah.
they do personal development. So the relationships, like
I love
I
that.
can tell you, I can pick up the phone and call people in every country and know if I flew over there today, they would say, "Come stay at my home." Oh my God, we know about each other's children.
Yeah. Isn't
We
that
look
awesome?
each other up. We hop on Zoom like you and me. We would not have met had
No.
it not been for this profession. So the number one blessing in my life is the relationships that have come into my life.
Yeah.
People that I now consider family that I would have never met
I
if it
love
weren't for a product.
Yeah, I love that. And you had said in the beginning, the first thing that I picked up on what you said is when you finally went to that event and you finally got to take a look inside of the company, it was a community, the people that were like lifting each other up and high-fiving and like all of that. You fell right into love with that. So,
Mhm.
that just shares so much about you. When I ask that question, I'll often get things like, they might remember a trip that they were able to take with their family, or so I love that you picked that out of the bunch. But I'm sure that you have a memory that you were able to earn, or something really cool that happened. Trips, you travel a
Oh,
lot.
yes, yes. I
Trips.
mean, there's so many. Okay, if I had to like say like one day, I would probably say it was the day that we launched the company that I'm currently with,
Yeah,
because it had been such a journey
yeah,
and it was so fun. I was the
yeah.
got to be the very first person to
Wow,
enroll.
that's amazing.
And right when the website went live, I got to welcome everyone and tell them to go shopping on a
Fun.
big Zoom. And to be able to think back on the girl that I was, lack of confidence,
Mhm.
just kind of fell in love with the product, wasn't sure where her life was going, to fast forward to helping launch what is becoming a global brand, actually global going this month.
Yeah,
It was just such it gives me chills to think
yeah.
about that day that we did. That was like 2 years ago. So
Wow.
that was really special.
Yeah,
Um, but truly, for me, every day is special.
yeah,
I wake up every day and feel so blessed and honored. I get up with excitement.
yeah,
I whose life is going to be impacted next.
yeah,
Truly, people in the
yeah.
relationships for everything and being able to serve people and help people. So
Love
for
that.
me, it's still the relationships. That was a fun day,
I
but there's
love
no
that.
certain day that stands out. I love every day. That's the cool
Yeah,
thing about what we get to do.
yeah. And I love that you're sharing that. And I think that that is going to be very inspiring, because can you imagine being that girl back before, like, and now you're representing a global brand and you're standing up and being the face. I mean, that's awesome. That's amazing. So congratulations.
Well,
Where
thank you.
where do you think that this industry is headed in the next 5 to 10 years?
Yeah, I think it is transforming for sure. I see that it is people are starting to recognize, especially in the US, more around the world, and it's finally coming here, that this is a true profession. It is one of the fastest growing professions. People are looking, to become their own boss. They are looking more rather than ever after 2020 to, you know, work from home
Mhm.
and looking for other options. The 9 to 5 doesn't feel secure. And I feel that we are transforming into a way that's more customer driven and not just looking, hey, come look at this opportunity. That people are seeing this business model is the business model of the future. Word of mouth has always been the most powerful form of advertising, and
Yes.
we all have an influence. So I see micro influencers being really big, sharing products. And that's us. I have an influence, at church or,
Mhm,
at my book club. We all have an influence
mhm.
wherever it may be. It's not just the huge influencers. So I see the influencer world being able to take back that word
Yeah.
inside of our profession being big. And I'll also see more and more people, coming to this beautiful business model more so than ever before with a big customer base versus just, hey, come join my business.
Mhm,
Not
mhm.
everyone wants to be in the business, but everyone, wants to get up and look better and feel better every day.
I mean, it's just smart business. It's just smart business, right? And once we present it in the correct way, we're solving some problems for people. Then they get it and they jump on in. They're using the product. They're feeling better, whatever it is. They start to do a little bit of personal development, and before you know it, this unfolds to be, whatever you want it to be. That's what I love most about it. What do you tell that woman at home right now that's like so torn? She's got that passion and that fire and that desire to do something, but her friends say, "Oh, you're not going to join one of those things." And the husband's like, "No, I don't want you selling things to our friends." What do you say to that woman?
Yeah. Oh, well, I'll first of all say borrow my belief. If I can do this, you can do this.
Yeah.
Anyone can do this. I'll often ask questions. You know, why do you have that preconceived notion?
Hmm.
Sounds like there's a story there. Tell me about it.
Hmm.
Because usually there's a history there. If you bring your past into your present, you'll ruin your future. So let's adjust that mindset on that, adjust your perception of where, our industry is. And when you do, your friends will also adjust because you just are conveying to them your perceptions. If you have that perception, you're going to convey it yourself. So, for me, I just would say you can do this. Your friends don't pay your bills. Don't your friends want to look better? Don't your friends want to feel better? Don't you believe in your product? Don't you feel like it helped you? Don't you feel like you're so thankful that someone shared it with you? Why wouldn't you want to share it with them? Pay
Right.
it forward. Sharing is caring, right?
It is. It is. It's so true. What would you give advice for somebody that, they're trying to work this business and their husband isn't quite on board? Do you have any? I know that you're married and you both are in network marketing at your house, or you do separate things. So,
Yeah, we're married and we've both been in the industry, together. So it's been really fun to work
yeah,
with my husband. So I do have his support. But yes, for me, I would just say go prove you can do it.
I love it.
Go do it.
Yeah,
Just say, hey, baby, give me 1 year. Be supportive. I'm committed to this. I want this. I'm going to go do this. Speak affirmations.
mhm,
Speak to yourself in a positive manner and say, just give me the grace to go follow my dream and to do this, and then actually go do it and prove to yourself and prove to them. Once those checks start flowing in, I imagine that he would have a different attitude about
yeah.
that.
I think that is such sound advice. Just give me a year, let me prove it. I love that. That was so simple too, right? People get so hung up on all of what other people are going to feel and think about what they're doing, but let me have that opportunity. Let me show you what I could do, and let me rise, and let me feel good and help other people. If you had one last thing to say before we cut off, we're already almost at 30 minutes here.
How's that
What
happen?
I know. I told you this was going to be fun. This is fun. Talking about things you love, it goes like this. I've been finding that. What last bit of advice or something that you'd want to leave this podcast with for somebody to hear? What would you want to say to them?
Yeah, what I would probably most want to say is believe in yourself.
Hmm.
Believe that you can do anything. To grow a successful business inside of the network marketing space. You just need a few things. You just need to believe in the products, right? I mean, I'm sure you've tried products that are amazing. There's amazing ones out there. You need to believe in your company. Is your company solid? Do a little research. Is your company solid? Are they following the trends? Are they financially sound? Is it a brand that you would feel comfortable representing? Do you believe in this profession. Do you believe in network marketing? Have you seen it work for others,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful business model. It works. People are winning.
Yeah.
And then lastly, of course, do you believe in yourself?
Yeah.
And you can do anything, anything. Your God-given talents, your universe-given talents, whatever you want to call it, you are uniquely made, and we can do anything we set our minds to. It's called mindset.
Mhm.
So just go for it. I would
Yeah.
just say go for it. I believe
Love
in you.
that. Yeah. Oh, that was so sweet. I love that. Yeah, it's so fun because you bring so many of your gifts over. They just transfer and you don't realize you even had them until somebody who believes in you even more just pulls them out of you, right, Miranda? Wow,
Exactly.
that is amazing. You are an amazing lady. I so appreciate you taking this time with us today and sharing your story because it's important that we empower those around us to just be more, do more, have more, want more. And I love that about you. So thanks so much for joining us today and giving your wisdom and your insights on what's to come in the profession and where you are now. I just love it. I love your story and I really do appreciate your time. So we'll see you guys back here.
Well, thank you, Lori. I enjoyed it so much. Thank you for having me. This is an incredible thing you do, empowering women, ignite your story. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we are so much more than a sale. There's so much behind us. And I love it too. Thank you so much for saying that. I'll have you back again maybe next year. I'd love to follow back up with you. Thank
I
you.
would look forward to it.
Awesome.
Goodbye.
Bye bye, everybody. Thank you for joining us on Her Story Beyond the Sale. I'm Lori Hart, and it has been a pleasure bringing you the stories that light the way in network marketing. Remember, this journey is about breaking free from the glass ceiling, creating time, embracing financial independence, and building a life that resonates with your dreams. Do not let fear hold you back. Your story is waiting to be written. Until next time, keep rising, keep inspiring, and keep creating your story in the world of network marketing.